and welcome to In Depth. I'm Teena Jha. Prime Minister Narendra Modi turned 68 today. The Prime Minister decided to spend his birthday in his Lok Sabha constituency, Varanasi. He spent the day with school children and also watched a short film based on his life. Today's In Depth takes a look at the journey of Narendra Modi, a man who started from a humble background to become the Prime Minister of the world's largest democracy. We'll also take a look at the multiple welfare schemes that the Prime Minister has launched since he came to power and how he, through his magic, brought the BJP victory after electoral victory since 2014. From a RSS pracharak to a BJP worker to the party's national secretary, Narendra Modi rose up the ranks to first become the Chief Minister of Gujarat and later on as the 15th Prime Minister of India. His journey is that of hard work, dedication, determination and perseverance, backed with a never-say-die attitude with a single focused target of development of India. A look at the life of Narendra Modi from the bylanes of Vadnagar to the corridors of power in New Delhi.
Celebrating his 68th birthday on September 17, 2018, Narendra Damodar Modi was born in 1950 to a Gujarati family of grocers in Vadnagar. As a child, Modi helped his father sell tea at the Vadnagar railway station and later ran a tea stall with his brother near a bus terminal. In 1967, Modi completed his higher secondary education from Vadnagar and 2 years later moved to Ahmedabad to join the Rashtriya Swayamsevak Sangh as full-time pracharak in 1971. Prime Minister Modi completed his graduation from Delhi University in political science through distance learning in 1978 and obtained a master's degree in political science from Gujarat University in 1983.
It's a fact that because of poverty, he had to suffer a lot. As a child, he used to run from school after listening to the whistle of the trains that used to come twice daily, one in the morning and one in the afternoon. And he would go sell tea to make some money for his family income. It is also a fact that he always wanted to remain clean. That has been a part of our culture also. But he did not have those ironing equipment. So what he would do is he would clean his shirt and then keep it below the pillow and sleep on it, so that next morning when he gets a nicely done shirt. Everybody knows about the poverty from which he came, but this made him very determined to work for his people. And all throughout, even when he was graduating from school to college, you could see a person evolving because you would always question about life.
During emergency in 1975 and 77, Modi remained underground and travelled in disguise. He reportedly made use of various forms of protest, including printing and distributing pamphlets to oppose the government. Modi joined the BJP in 1985 and was made the organization's secretary of its Gujarat unit in 1987. He contested for Ahmedabad Municipal Corporation elections and won the same, giving BJP its first ever win. In 1990, Modi successfully organized L.K. Advani's Ayodhya Rath Yatra, which was his first national-level political assignment. He played a major role in strengthening BJP's presence in Gujarat, and the party formed the first ever BJP government in the state in 1995. The same year, Modi relocated to New Delhi after he was appointed BJP's National Secretary to handle activities in Haryana and Himachal Pradesh. Ahead of the 1998 general elections, Modi was appointed the party's General Secretary organization.
He believed that Congress could not be the right instrument for change in this country, and he started working when he joined active politics. Then also he started building organization, and he knew that organization has to be strong at the lowest level, and it was the credit to him and other people who were working with him that the BJP started capturing grounds in Gujarat and deposed the Congress. This is how Modi's political career shaped.
In 2002, Modi was sworn in as the Chief Minister of Gujarat. He had contested the state elections for the first time and won a seat from Rajkot too. Soon after, he was forced to step down as Chief Minister following opposition from both inside and outside Gujarat after Godhra riots. However, he was re-elected as the Chief Minister in December 2002 after BJP won the assembly elections. As Gujarat Chief Minister, Modi emphasized on state's economic development and is credited for turning Gujarat into an attractive investment destination for businessmen and industrialists. In 2007, he was re-elected as the state chief minister and worked to improve agricultural growth rate, provided electricity to all villages and ensured rapid development of the state. He was selected as BJP's prime ministerial candidate in 2014 Lok Sabha elections. He contested the Lok Sabha polls from Varanasi and Vadodara constituencies and secured victories on both the seats. The BJP won a historic 282 of 534 seats in the 2014 elections, and Modi was sworn in as the 14th Prime Minister of India. Prime Minister Narendra Modi started his journey as a party worker and with his grit and determination rose to the topmost post in the country. Even when he was a party worker, he was noticed for his ability to deliver on any organizational role assigned to him. Ahead of the 2019 general elections, Modi continues to remain the most popular leader of the country. As per a latest international survey, compared to 2014, Modi's favorability among Indians has increased from 61 to 71 points. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
As Prime Minister, Narendra Modi has demonstrated an unmatched ability to win elections for his party. His electoral successes as the lead campaigner for his party has swelled the kitty of state governments led by BJP and its allies to over 20 states. Political commentators have called it the Modi phenomenon. From leading the BJP campaign to an absolute majority in the Lok Sabha in the 2014 general elections to winning assembly elections in state after state. Ever since he assumed the office of Prime Minister, Narendra Modi has time and again demonstrated that he is the main political capital for his party, the BJP. He has campaigned indefatigably for the BJP, winning state after state, election after election over the course of 4 years. Not surprising, considering that it was after 30 years that people gave an absolute majority in the Lok Sabha, and it was for Modi.
The party projected him as the prime ministerial candidate, because by that time he had already been in Gujarat for 3 consecutive years and had proved his mettle as a person who knew what development was, who had the vision for Gujarat. Gujarat developed like never before, and the higher growth of the country was because of the higher growth of Gujarat. Gujarat became a model state of development, and after that people lapped him up because he was a man who was experienced, he had the vision, and that is how he became the Prime Minister. People gave him massive support. After 30 years, any party could form government on its own strength, BJP.
It has given rise to the talk of the Modi phenomenon. This is best exemplified by the BJP's victory in his home state, Gujarat, late last year. Before going to elections in Gujarat on 9th and 14th December, the BJP had faced 22 years of rule in the state. By any stretch of imagination, governance for so long a period would mean incumbency of sorts. Media reports highlighted caste-based agitations and alliances, reports of discontent over socio-economic factors. Some even said that the Gujarat model pioneered by Modi as Chief Minister was facing a severe test. But when the votes were counted in Gujarat, it turned out that Prime Minister Narendra Modi had clinched the state for BJP for the 4th time in a row. What turned the tide in Gujarat in favour of the BJP was obviously the charisma and unmatched style of campaigning by Prime Minister Narendra Modi, something which political pundits have termed as the Modi magic. Prime Minister Modi led an intensive campaign in Gujarat, addressing no less than 34 rallies across 182 assembly seats in his home state over the campaigning period. It was a single-minded devotion to the cause of his party that the Prime Minister has demonstrated in successive states. Political observers say that having established himself over the years as a great communicator with unmatched oratory skills, the Prime Minister connects himself with the people using various themes. In the Gujarat elections, though he was out of the state for more than 3 years and busy holding the reins of the country as Prime Minister, Modi stayed connected with the people of his state through the smart use of technology. The Modi phenomenon has been compared with that of Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, Indira Gandhi and Atal Bihari Vajpayee. Of the 29 states in the country, BJP is now in power either on its own or with allies in 21 states, home to 70% of Indians. The Modi magic is an acknowledged political fact today.
Modi ji is being rated one of the best leaders in the country, and no leader of superpower also would like to take a decision without consulting him. This reflects, and you go and talk to anyone of the Indian diaspora, they will tell you the change, that when you talk about India, you no longer think of ropes and ladders, you think of IT, you think of empowered Indian. So the prestige that was due, we have been able to salvage and get for ourselves. And only when you showcase a strong country, only when you say that now the country is more safe in terms of investment because there is political stability, then people come and invest. Investment is needed, but it doesn't come because you request or impede them. It comes because there is security of the investment and the potential that the investment would grow. This Modi ji was able to showcase, which he did for Gujarat when he was the Chief Minister. And as Prime Minister, he successfully did for the whole country. He always spoke about 125 crore people.
Political observers say that Prime Minister Modi has above all redefined the art of political communication. He has done that by connecting with different sections of the society, picking up the right idioms and putting them across. He has shown how modern technology from social media, Facebook and Twitter can be deployed in electoral battles. It is a field where Prime Minister Modi has shown an unmatched ability. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV. With that, time for a very short break on the program. We'll be right back. Welcome back. You're watching In Depth. Prime Minister Narendra Modi is now in the 5th year of his tenure as Prime Minister. In the last 4 years, his government has launched several schemes to help secure the lives of common citizens, including crores of people living in rural areas and the girl child. In this report, let's highlight some of the most ambitious schemes launched by the Modi government since 2014 that aim to transform India. In more than 4 years that the NDA government has been in power, Prime Minister Narendra Modi has led his government in implementing numerous welfare schemes in key areas like financial inclusion, affordable housing, cooking fuel, electrification and transportation connectivity. Within months of assuming office, Prime Minister Narendra Modi launched the Make in India and Digital India campaigns. Through these schemes, the Modi government aims to transform the country into a rapidly growing economy. The objective of Make in India initiative is to facilitate investment, foster innovation, build best-in-class manufacturing infrastructure, make it easy to do business in the country, and enhance skill development. While the vision of Digital India is to transform the country into a digitally empowered society and knowledge economy, Prime Minister Narendra Modi wants to make India the country where every citizen is digitally empowered and every information is digitally available.
It's a great move that is going to ameliorate the plight of people of this country. You have seen that how he has linked insurance to Jan Dhan Yojana account, and also there are insurance schemes under Prime Minister's initiative, Atal Pension and all that. There are insurance schemes also where 2 lakh rupees is given. All these things have helped a common person in this country to feel secured. If I fall ill, if I don't have money, who is going to take care of me? At least now there is something to fall back on. So this sense of security has come, which was not there. You see, 1969,
In the last 4 years, the Modi government has encouraged entrepreneurship like never before. It has extended credit facilities to small businesses to expand their capabilities and reduce indebtedness. In August 2014, the Prime Minister launched the Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana with an aim to ensure access to financial services like banking, savings and deposit accounts, remittance, credit, insurance, pension to citizens in an affordable manner. More than 30 crore new bank accounts have been opened under the scheme in 4 years, making it one of the world's largest financial inclusion programs. Another entrepreneurship development scheme of the Modi government is the Mudra Bank Yojana. Loans of up to 50,000 rupees, up to 5 lakh rupees and of between 5 lakh and 10 lakh rupees are given under the scheme, which was launched in 2015. According high priority to the welfare of farmers, the Modi government has implemented several schemes that aim to revitalize the agriculture sector and also improve the economic conditions of farmers. Some of these initiatives include the Soil Health Card Scheme, Neem-coated urea, Paramparagat Krishi Vikas Yojana, Pradhan Mantri Krishi Sinchai Yojana, National Agriculture Market, that is ENAM, Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana and Interest Subvention Scheme. The government also launched the Kisan Vikas Patra in 2015. It is a savings scheme that aims to double the amount invested in 100 months. In his Independence Day speech in 2015, Prime Minister Modi conveyed to the country his idea of electrifying every village in the country. He promised electrification of all unelectrified villages within 1,000 days. The task to electrify all villages was completed in 988 days as on 28 April 2018, when electricity reached Manipur's Lezang village after over 70 years of independence under the Deen Dayal Upadhyay Gram Jyoti Yojana. Besides, the Prime Minister also launched a 16,320 crore Pradhan Mantri Sehaj Bijli Har Ghar Yojana, also called the Saubhagya scheme, to provide electricity connections to over 40 million families in rural and urban areas by December 2018. On 1st May 2016, the Prime Minister launched the Pradhan Mantri Ujjwala Yojana with the target to provide 5 crore LPG connections to women from poor households by the end of March 2019. Nearly 4 crore connections have been given under the scheme so far, about 80 lakh of them in the past 5 months. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has set himself an ambitious target of providing housing for all by 2022, the year when India celebrates 75 years of its independence. For this, the government launched the Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana in 2015. The target is to construct 5 crore new housing units by 2022, of which 3 crore are to be built in rural areas and the balance in cities. Another flagship scheme of Prime Minister Modi is the Swachh Bharat Mission. The sanitation campaign was started in 2014 with an aim to build toilets and clean up streets, roads and infrastructure of Indian cities, towns and rural areas. Until May 2018, 2,212 cities have been declared open defecation free. In urban areas, more than 46 lakh individual toilets were constructed out of nearly 94 lakh applications received for toilet construction. In the rural areas, over 7.2 crore toilets have been constructed across all villages in the country.
and we are very happy that the vision of Mahatma Gandhi for a Swachh Bharat has been implemented by Modi ji. You cannot give a better ode to Mahatma Gandhi than the Swachh Bharat scheme, particularly creation of toilet, because Gandhi ji used to clean his own toilet. He used to tell his ashram mates that you have to clean your own toilet. So much of focus he used to give on cleanliness. And in this India, people were losing that habit. Modi ji has created that awareness, and now people are going to use all these toilets. It's going to change the entire perception about cleanliness. It's going to have impact on health. And that way there are so many schemes that I can talk about.
Besides, there are several schemes that the Modi government has launched for child health development and for development of the girl child. Some of these include Indradhanush, the mission that aims to immunize all children against 7 vaccine-preventable diseases. Sukanya Samriddhi Account, the scheme to meet the education and marriage expenses of a girl child. Beti Bachao Beti Padhao Yojana, which aims to generate awareness about saving a girl child and educate them. In addition, keeping in mind the large number of youth population in India, Prime Minister Modi launched the Skill India initiative, the focus of which is to create jobs for the youth. There are some insurance and pension schemes that is launched by the Prime Minister as social security measures for the citizen of the country. In addition, the Prime Minister has also gifted citizens with a number of social security schemes like the Pradhan Mantri Jeev Jyoti Bima Yojana, Pradhan Mantri Suraksha Bima Yojana and Atal Pension Scheme. These schemes provide insurance and pension cover to a large section of people. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV. In the last 4 years, Prime Minister Narendra Modi has made India's presence stronger in the global arena. From combating terrorism in all its forms and manifestations to boosting defense and trade ties, Prime Minister Modi has given an impetus to India's diplomatic relations with the neighbours and various countries across the world.
Political experts agree that India's global presence has become stronger ever since Prime Minister Narendra Modi came into power after 2014 general elections. In the last 4 years of Modi as Prime Minister, India's bilateral ties with major economies have significantly improved. Apart from emphasizing India's flagship regional policy from economics and trade, Prime Minister Modi has nurtured political and security relationships with other countries as well. Modi's foreign policy is currently focused on improving relations with neighboring countries in South Asia, engaging the extended neighborhood in Southeast Asia and the major global powers. In pursuit of this, he made official visits to Bhutan, Nepal and Japan within the first 100 days of his government, followed by the United States, Myanmar, Australia and Fiji.
So naturally, Modi ji represented such a huge mandate which no other Prime Minister before him other than 1985 had got. It was a new India, aspirational India. India that wanted to assert itself in the world order and to wrest the prestige that was due to India. And you see how beautifully he framed that strategy. He adopted the neighborhood first policy. Bhutan was the first country he visited. Second country he visited was Nepal. Nepal, any Indian Prime Minister visited after 17 years. Imagine. Our immediate neighbor, they always used to think that we have big brotherly attitude towards them. So there was some resistance because of this, but they were independent countries. So Modi ji gave the prestige that was due to these small countries which share historical ties with India, cultural ties with India.
Prime Minister Modi's highly personalized style and energy and focus on Indian diaspora communities has changed India's diplomacy, elevating it to the rank of leading power on the world stage rather than just a balancing power caught between West and China. Modi's term in office has been characterized by a series of important landmarks. Prime Minister Modi sent invitation to leaders from South Asian Association of Regional Cooperation Countries to attend his swearing-in ceremony, which was highly appreciated. He is the first Indian Prime Minister to visit Israel, to host ASEAN leaders at India's Republic Day parade, and to visit both Saudi Arabia and Iran within the space of 2 months. He attended this year's Commonwealth Heads of the Government Summit after nearly a decade. He also personally sponsored the establishment of United Nations International Yoga Day in 2015, which now takes place on 21st June every year. And as the Prime Minister of India to deliver the keynote address at the IISS Shangri-La Dialogue. Modi also attended the first Indo-Nordic conference with Iceland, Finland, Denmark, Norway and Sweden. As of September 2018, Prime Minister has made 92 foreign trips in 6 continents, visiting 58 countries, including the visits to US to attend UN General Assembly, to Asian countries. One of Modi's earliest foreign policy decision was to rename India's existing Look East policy to act east. The Modi government has also given priority to India's new roles and responsibilities in Indian Ocean. In March 2015, Modi became the first Indian Prime Minister in decades to unveil a vision for the future of the Indian Ocean named Security and Growth for All in the Region, or SAGAR. This five-pronged approach included deepening economic and security cooperation, strengthening maritime security capacities, advancing peace and security, responding to emergencies, and calling for respect for international maritime rules and norms by all countries. The term Indo-Pacific has become more frequently used in recent years, coinciding with the revival of the Quadrilateral Security Dialogue, or Quad, a strategic dialogue between India, the US, Australia and Japan. Defense, economic and political ties between India and the US have improved a lot with the signing of agreements like Communications Compatibility and Security Agreement, or COMCASA, and Logistics Exchange Memorandum of Agreement. Modi also visited China, Germany and Russia 4 times in the last 4 years. Relations between India and China have been strained since the Doklam issue arose, and these meetings have defined the two countries' relationships with each other. Prime Minister Modi was one of the first to congratulate Xi Jinping when he was re-elected as the President of China. For strengthening the ties with Middle East, summits with leaders of Israel, Jordan, Oman, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, United Arab Emirates, Iran, Palestine and Afghanistan were also held.
His foreign policy will always be remembered in India as the one that was based on initiative, that was based on the concept of a rising India and concept of a new global order, where a country like India, which is the second most populous country in the world, cannot be ignored by the global order.
Modi government has expanded cooperation with nations in its immediate and extended neighborhood. Pakistan and its terror shadow on Kashmir remain a matter of concern for the Modi government, as they have been to the previous regimes in the New Delhi since independence. Close relations have been established with Myanmar, Bangladesh and Afghanistan. Ties with Sri Lanka and Nepal have been brought back on track. The recently concluded BIMSTEC 2018 summit in Kathmandu, apart from condemning terrorism in all its forms and manifestations, focused on strengthening bilateral cooperation between the nations. Prime Minister Narendra Modi is scheduled to visit Singapore in November to attend the ASEAN summit. According to research by Gallup International Association, Prime Minister Modi is ranked 3rd in the world, the highest ever rank any Indian Prime Minister has got so far. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
And that's it from us in today's edition of In Depth. We'll be back same time tomorrow with a comprehensive view on some other subject. You can also watch our episodes online on YouTube and Twitter and get back to us with your feedback and suggestions. Thanks for your time.